As the final music of a medieval wedding faded, the night did not arrive as an ending, but as a beginning wrapped in candlelight and promise. Lanterns glowed gently along stone corridors, and flower petals still scented the air. For a medieval bride, this moment carried deep meaning. According to historical sources, the wedding night marked the quiet crossing from one life into another. She was no longer only a daughter of her family, but a partner stepping into shared destiny. Even queens felt the weight of this moment, not with fear, but with solemn wonder. Tradition shaped the night carefully, guiding it with ceremony meant to bless the future. Soft prayers were whispered, linens were prepared with care, and the world seemed to slow. Romance in medieval times was not always sudden, but it was deeply symbolic. The wedding night represented hope, continuity, and trust. As candles flickered warmly, the bride carried with her dreams taught since childhood, dreams of companionship, stability, and belonging. This was not a night of shadows, but of gentle transformation. In this quiet glow, medieval society believed love did not begin with passion, but with promise, patience, and the shared courage to step forward together. In medieval life, marriage was seen as a sacred bond that united not only two people, but two worlds. According to historians, it formed the emotional and social foundation of households, villages, and kingdoms. Weddings were celebrated with joy because they symbolized continuity and care. The wedding night gently confirmed this bond, marking the moment two lives officially became one. Brides were taught that this night carried dignity and purpose. Romance grew differently than in modern times, yet devotion was deeply valued. Queens understood marriage as a partnership that shaped nations, while common women viewed it as the beginning of shared responsibility and mutual support. The marriage bed was prepared with fresh linens, flowers, and blessings to invite harmony. Songs and laughter faded softly, leaving behind calm anticipation. Medieval people believed love matured through shared life, not sudden desire. The wedding night symbolized commitment, patience, and trust. It was a quiet pledge to walk forward together. Within this structure, marriage was meant to protect, not overwhelm. The night carried gentle expectation, framed by tradition, designed to guide couples into a stable and meaningful future together. One gentle medieval tradition was the bedding ceremony, often misunderstood today. According to historical records, it was meant as a celebration, not an intrusion. Family members escorted the newlyweds with music, smiles, and blessings, expressing joy for the union. Candles glowed warmly as flowers decorated the chamber. Once the couple was settled, attendants respectfully withdrew, leaving privacy behind closed doors. Historians believe this ritual reassured families that the marriage was recognized and supported. For brides, it symbolized welcome into a new household. Queens participated as well, acknowledging their public role with grace. Medieval society viewed marriage as a shared responsibility, supported by the community. This moment reflected trust rather than control. The ceremony transformed celebration into calm intimacy. Afterward, silence returned, and the couple was left alone to begin their shared life. In this way, the wedding night balanced public blessing with private promise. It marked a transition from joy-filled celebration to quiet partnership. The ritual existed to affirm unity, not to diminish individuality. Within candlelight and gentle words, medieval couples stepped forward into marriage surrounded by goodwill and hope. Medieval customs surrounding the wedding night were shaped by belief rather than intention to harm. According to historians, people relied on symbols to bring reassurance and order. Purity and honor were viewed as ideals representing trust and continuity. Brides were raised with these values, understanding marriage as a meaningful responsibility. These beliefs reflected limited scientific knowledge, yet they carried emotional significance. Families believed traditions protected harmony and stability. Queens shared these expectations, knowing their marriages influenced entire realms. Over time, many customs softened, becoming symbolic rather than strict. It is important to view these traditions within historical context. Medieval society valued order deeply, believing structure created peace. While expectations existed, they were meant to reassure families and communities. Understanding this perspective reveals a culture seeking stability, not cruelty. The wedding night represented fulfillment of vows, not judgment. Within tradition, people searched for certainty and blessing. These beliefs remind us how societies used symbols to guide life's transitions. The wedding night became a moment filled with meaning, shaped by hope, responsibility, and the desire for harmony in uncertain times. Faith played a comforting role in medieval wedding nights. Marriage was considered sacred, blessed by God and community. According to historical sources, priests often prayed for harmony, patience, and shared joy. Candles symbolized divine presence, while blessings invited peace into the household. Brides found reassurance in faith, believing their union carried spiritual meaning. Queens, deeply guided by religion, leaned on prayer during this transition. The wedding night was framed as a holy beginning, not a trial. Religious teachings emphasized loyalty, kindness, and partnership. Medieval people believed faith softened uncertainty and offered guidance. Through prayer, couples felt supported beyond themselves. This spiritual framing gave the wedding night calm purpose. It transformed nervous anticipation into quiet reverence. Faith encouraged couples to begin marriage with gratitude and humility. Within sacred words and gentle ritual, medieval marriages were placed under divine care. The wedding night became a bridge between celebration and lifelong commitment, guided by belief that love, patience, and devotion would grow with time. For queens, the wedding night symbolized unity between crowns and futures. Historical records suggest royal marriages carried deep ceremonial importance. Queens were prepared from childhood to understand their role with dignity. Though responsibility was great, ceremonies honored them with respect. Royal chambers were filled with light, comfort, and elegance. Blessings were spoken to mark the beginning of shared rule. The wedding night confirmed a queen's place beside her king. It was not meant to diminish her, but to elevate her role within tradition. Queens stepped into marriage aware their partnership shaped history. Grace guided their actions. This night marked the beginning of influence, cooperation, and continuity. Though personal feelings remained private, public duty was embraced with composure. The wedding night stood as a symbol of stability for the realm. Through ceremony and calm resolve, queens transformed personal transition into national promise, stepping forward with quiet strength and purpose. Medieval brides were guided carefully toward marriage. According to historians, mothers and elder women shared wisdom softly and patiently. Preparation focused on household harmony, mutual respect, and emotional steadiness. Brides learned marriage was a journey, not a single night. Queens received instruction in diplomacy and partnership. Common women learned practical skills and emotional balance. This guidance offered reassurance and clarity. The wedding night was framed as a meaningful step, not an unknown challenge. Knowledge replaced fear. Through shared stories and advice, women supported one another. Preparation created confidence. Brides entered marriage knowing expectations and purpose. This support network softened transition. Medieval society believed readiness ensured stability. The wedding night became manageable through understanding. Guidance passed quietly between women helped shape calm acceptance. In this way, tradition was balanced by care. The bride stepped forward not alone, but supported by generations of shared wisdom and experience. Medieval wedding nights were filled with hopeful symbols. Herbs like rosemary and lavender were placed nearby to invite peace. Flowers decorated chambers, representing renewal. According to historical sources, charms were believed to bring harmony and joy. These traditions comforted couples and expressed optimism. Queens embraced these symbols to honor custom. Candles represented warmth and continuity. Such rituals reflected hope rather than anxiety. People believed symbols guided beginnings positively. The wedding night became surrounded by gentle gestures of blessing. These small acts created emotional security. Through symbolism, medieval couples felt supported by tradition. The night carried a sense of calm purpose. It marked the start of shared life under hopeful signs. These traditions reveal how deeply people desired happiness and stability. Marriage was approached with care, using symbols to express love, trust, and optimism for the future. Marriage emphasized partnership. According to historians, both husband and wife were responsible for household stability. The wedding night symbolized cooperation. Brides were taught patience and understanding. Queens ruled alongside kings, shaping policy and influence. Common women managed homes and communities. Marriage required effort from both sides. Rituals reinforced commitment rather than control. The wedding night marked unity. Medieval society believed success came through balance. This shared responsibility strengthened families. The night symbolized trust and mutual obligation. Marriage was viewed as teamwork. Through partnership, households survived hardship. The wedding night reminded couples their future depended on cooperation. Within tradition, marriage aimed to create resilience and shared purpose. Women quietly shaped the wedding experience. According to historical sources, advice passed gently between generations. Mothers guided daughters with care. Queens relied on noblewomen for counsel. This support created emotional stability. The wedding night was discussed respectfully. Shared wisdom reduced uncertainty. Women understood each other's experiences. Through quiet conversations, brides gained confidence. This unseen network softened tradition. It allowed brides to step forward with understanding. Support transformed ritual into reassurance. These bonds strengthened women within society's limits. Through shared knowledge, the wedding night became a manageable step, rather than an overwhelming moment. Calm strength was admired in medieval brides. According to historians, composure signaled maturity. The wedding night marked this transition. Brides were expected to carry dignity. Queens embodied this publicly. Rituals emphasized respect and steadiness. Strength was shown through patience. The wedding night confirmed status. Brides stepped into responsibility with grace. Calmness reflected honor. Within tradition, strength meant balance. This ideal shaped expectations. Through composed presence, women fulfilled their role within society. Love often grew gradually. According to historical records, affection developed through shared life. The wedding night marked commitment, not completion. Couples learned each other over time. Queens and kings built respect through rule. Common couples bonded through daily work. Love matured through patience. Marriage was a journey. The wedding night was the first step. Through time, companionship deepened. This perspective valued endurance. Love was shaped by life itself. Understanding medieval marriage requires context. According to historians, rituals reflected belief systems. The wedding night symbolized transition. Customs were shaped by necessity. Viewing history accurately removes judgment. Marriage prioritized stability. The wedding night expressed order. Understanding this reveals human effort to create meaning. History becomes clearer through context. These traditions reveal humanity's desire for stability. According to historians, marriage ensured continuity. Women held central roles. Rituals reflected care for future generations. Understanding them highlights social evolution. Marriage served survival. The wedding night symbolized hope. Traditions show intent to protect. They teach us how values change. History offers insight into human priorities. Today, these customs rest in history. Remembering them honors those who lived within them. Medieval brides stepped forward with courage and grace. Queens and common women shaped futures quietly. Their wedding nights marked beginnings. Understanding their stories brings respect. History shows progress. Love and partnership continue to evolve. The candlelight of the past still glows, reminding us that every beginning deserves patience, dignity, and hope.